I return to the lab to see a large, fearsome man standing out front. He's the workshop manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tenuji Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. It's a fitting name for someone who loves brawn tubes. No sooner had he caught my attention than an unfamiliar woman jumped out from the brawn tube workshop. What's up? Who is this? What sort of woman greets people like that? Amane Suzuha. And after that nightmare of a greeting, she just introduces herself? Such bold behavior. Could she be an organization spy? Oh, so you're the kid who wants a job interview. A job interview? This young woman? You want to work at the dull, dirty, depressing, debt-ridden brawn tube workshop with this filthy old manager? You want an extra 1,000 yen added to your rent? My words are but the truth, though I suppose it's not my place to get involved. Anyway, I had no idea the brawn tube workshop was hiring. You always look so free. I didn't know you needed the help. Actually, I'm the one who begged for the job. The boss refused at first, but I wouldn't take no for an answer. Age? 18. Same as me. Why do you want to work here? Because I love CRTs. Hired. You start tomorrow. Wait, what? Is this some sort of joke? Are we on camera? Thanks, boss. Who are you? You dare ask my name? Banish the thought from your head, girl. To learn it would place your life in jeopardy. Countless women have learned my name, only to find themselves targets of the organization. Sarah in America, Claudia in Italy, Simone in France. I won't put anyone else in danger. Hey, stop pulling things out of your ass. This idiot rents the second floor. Name's Okabe Rintaro. My name is not Okabe, it's Hoin! Quit it, or I raise your rent. I'm Okabe Rintaro. I don't know anything about this organization that's after you. But if you're ever in trouble, Okabe Rintaro, let me know. I can help with stuff like that. Huh? Huh? Stuff like what? If necessary, I can hurt them so bad they'll never bother you again. Mr. Braun, I don't think you should hire her. Yeah, she might be a wild one. I'll fire her if she causes any trouble. Anyway, ignore that organization nonsense. It's all in Okabe's head. It is? You just keep thinking that. So that's the current trend. Thanks for the tip. But someday, the world will kneel before me. After I make it back to the lab, I lug the broken TV down to the brawn tube workshop for repairs. The sign on the door says closed, but I know from past experience not to take it at face value. Sure enough, I see Mr. Braun in his workshop relaxing with a cup of tea. Yo, what's up, Okabe? What's up? That TV you gave me broke, that's what. I bet you were treating it rough, weren't you? Love. You've got to treat him with love. A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love. It sent shivers down my spine. I'll need repairs post-haste. Man, why do you always talk like that? I see no sign of Suzuha Mane, the woman from earlier, inside the shop. What I do see are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional, according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRTs that came out just before LCDs took the market. Oh, there's probably just a loose solder on the board. I can fix it. Really? Well, then by all means... Hold on, I'll get you an estimate. What? You're charging me? What do you think? This isn't charity. You're the one who gave us the TV. Yes, so what? Never said I'd service it for free. Curse you. You have some gall to say that after foisting a half-broken piece of junk onto us. Oh, shut up. If you don't want it, I can take it back. Though I'll have to charge you for its safe disposal. Extortion! You dare cheat the man who very well may change the future of mankind? Who's that now? Me, of course. Who else? Brush your teeth and go to sleep, kid. You got some nerve to be back-talking when I'm letting you rent the second floor for next to nothing. You shall have your money, Mr. Braun. I managed to talk him into giving us a temporary replacement TV in exchange for the repair fee and carry it back up to the lab. I didn't want any of the other Gyro Froggies, but I did want Fatty. And now that I think about it, it wasn't really that cute. Anyway, it was kind of weird looking. I wonder why I wanted one so bad. Hey, I just realized Fatty kind of looks like Daru-kun. It's from Mayuri. Should I reply? Do they even sell Gyro Froggies anymore? There, that should do it. Once it got dark, I started looking for more information on the mass disappearance phenomenon and Makise Kurisu's stabbing. I searched through a number of news sites, only to turn up nothing. So were those hallucinations after all? But while I was looking at channel, I noticed a thread was posted by a John Titor. Wait, John Titor's back? John Titor appeared on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveller. He claimed to have travelled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100. His claims started quite a storm amongst the BBS denizens. Titor also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War, and the spread of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveller. So, after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on our channel in Japanese. John Titor. I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone on this world line would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol. More details on the time machine. Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got around 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? I knew it. What's a world line? Holy, I want to redo my life for the time machine. White rice is good. $2.99. It's the thing that divides the North from the South, right? Give up the act, troll. CERN, huh? Haven't heard that one before. Still, if you wish to start a conspiracy theory, you should present more detailed evidence. So, who are you? A CERN insider? Huh? When I hear conspiracy theory, I think Freemasons. Why put this CERN in the first place? It's not like they're some evil lab. They've never even officially announced that they were researching time travel, unless you're saying their particle physics work somehow morphed into time travel stuff. Here's their official site. It's in English though. The hell you're saying? Use words I know. He's Super Saiyan, lol. Yeah, I can't assess this properly. How am I supposed to keep abreast of the situation when this perv keeps making things up? Where is CERN? Is anyone even funding time travel research? Just Google CERN, dude, it ain't that hard. SERN, sex, ecstasy, roofies, narcotics. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. The Human Lollification Project via Time Machine. Copied and pasted from Wikipedophilia. Also known as the Society for European Nuclear Research. The name CERN is an acronym from the French Société Européenne pour la Recherche Nucléaire. It is the world's largest particle physics research facility located just outside Geneva, Switzerland. It sits on the border of France and Switzerland and contains banks, libraries, post offices, and even dorms on its campus. Particle physicists from all over the world gather at CERN to conduct experiments. In addition, CERN currently employs several thousand full-time personnel. What's your point? Read it, scum. It seems more like a city than a research facility. More people than in my hometown. Copy-paste is better than nothing. It's a research facility where they study particles with the LHC and stuff. Since it's led by Europe, there aren't any Americans there, but there should be a Japanese research team. Fascinating. Wasn't this huge news on YouTube a few years back? Something about CERN creating a black hole that was going to devour the Earth? Were they trying to make a time machine? How TF do you know this LHC means? That's scary. Large hentai collection. I'm in India, and you scared the hell out of me. LHC equals Large Hadron Collider. But CERN faced lawsuits in the West, so they're not completely in the clear either. Large Hadron Collider? I googled the LHC and damn, that thing's cool. It's like rocket engine straight out of a sci-fi flick. It's built 100 meters underground along the French-Swiss border. It's 27 kilometers in length, about the length of the Yamanote line. We're tired to go anyway. Plus, the accelerators inside the rings are in a vacuum, right? I don't really get it, but it sounds cool. Actually, what does it even accelerate? I mean, they'd be dealing with quantum teleportation, right? And modern sci-fi is always talking micro-level stuff to a macro level to develop time machines or teleporters. It has a basis in reality too. The microscopic world can provide hints as to how to solve our macro problems. Not that I'm trying to back up John Titor or anything. He told, "Behold, I am John Titor, time traveler from the year 2036. Explosions." No way, dude. Lol. He told me everything. The humans will be exterminated. Will Earth be destroyed? CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean? Why did you come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crash your doing? Wait guys, Taita-san doesn't understand at-channel lingo? Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Get a trip cold, a-hole. What does it feel like to time travel? What are you, 12? LOL means laugh out loud. Wait, like the quantum gravity theory? The one that's opposed to every phenomenon from the micro to the macro level? So the Shibuya earthquake last year was Tida's doing? Strongly agreed. Destroy all monopolies. I think a false peace is better than nothing. Conflict yields nothing but death. What if Tida's the real perpetrator behind the new gen murders too? Getting excited. Don't cats come back to life in the quantum realm or something? Cerntan, too strong. Can we just blame everything on Tida at this point? All the misfortune in the world, my stomachache, everything? Tida-san, if you're taking requests, could you blow up my workplace? Huh? If CERN has a monopoly, then I don't get to travel? Is micro the big one or macro? Is time travel established as a legit business by 2036? If so, it wouldn't be unreasonable to assume that many other time travelers have visited our time, and there may be more threads about coming into contact with them online. Banish the time machine to the Dark Ages. IMO. So we're headed towards a dystopia? Yep. What? LMAO? Macro, duh. There's no point in living now, is there? Time for all the good kids to go back to bed. Did that dude just jizz? 20 years, I'll be dead anyway. Don't make fun of Tida, ton. So, if you're a time traveller, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow in Hokkaido? Namaste. I hope I start landing leading roles by 2036. Good thing I just started learning gun kata. Just make a time machine outside of CERN. Easy. You know how UFOs are real? What if they're time travellers? You looking for a time traveller's wife? Let's get a drink sometime. How many times have the Tigers won the championship? I wonder what kind of anime is popular in 2036. We need Mulder Sensei. Plant of the Monkeys. Taita made it clear. Those who control time, control the world. Will I have married that person? Will we have a happy family? That's so embarrassing. Eek! I want ice cream. So, if I change the channel on my TV, would that change something in the year 2036? Sorry, but I'm a naughty kid. Honestly, in my head, a dystopian world is one where anime is regulated. Never heard of CERN, or the LHC, or any of this stuff. I hope there are a lot of cute girls in the future. Coming on a little strong there, ROFL. Stay away from marriage, seriously. Help wanted, seeking college entrance exam answers. Tida should prove these actually from the year 2036. Try harder. A genetic mutation makes it so only male children are born. How about that for a dystopia? Woof. Can't say it wouldn't. Has Araki aged at all? Has Tagashi started releasing new chapters again? Oh, that's me. Is it true that everyone in the future is skinny? Hurry up and give us cyber brains. I told you, pink-haired heroines aren't my type. Huh? I don't recall ordering any soba. I studied a bit of particle and quantum physics, but I never understood any of it. The future sounds peaceful, and no one ever saw 404 again. I hope it's the other way around. Seriously, Yuri is utopian. 404 was a good man. Isn't Earth destroyed by 2036 to begin with? Oh no! I wonder what happened. I don't want to hear it though. Soviet Union, Russia... Question mark? The Lord of Terror is descending upon us, mark my words. Will there be cute girl androids in 2036? For petting, of course. Eurotopia! Do you guys still celebrate Christmas and New Year's like we do? How's the whole global warming thing shake out? Be right back, joining CERNside. I'm so sleepy. I figured time machines were like way off in the future. What's the international situation looking like? Does Japan even still exist? Christmas is just an urban legend, let it go already. Someone's got too much time on his hands. Super Russia! Oh, this thread's gotten longer. Popcorn.gif. The fact that the Earth even exists by then is a miracle. Puny country like Japan would be gone. So what's the story on space travel in your time? By Christmas I'll be hibernating. Look who's talking. Somehow I think Russia's gonna have the same president. Maybe we can go to outer space on school trips. Careful what you say, they might come after you. Nah. Where's the rest of the story, Tida? Tss. Let's just say CERN made a black hole and destroyed themselves. Cool? Will they have married a cute little waifu by the year 2036? Future Santa sounds super high-tech, lol. R.I.P. John Tider. I'm guessing most things are automated by 2036. Reported. Just tell me if we're able to go to the 2D world, then we'll talk. Yikes. There's no way Moe survives for another 26 years, LOLOL. My head's spinning from all of your questions. I don't know where to start. I'll just try to explain as much as I can. I'll start by talking about the experience of time travel. A successful trip requires a great deal of G-force, normally about 2 Gs. When you begin, a gravitational field is generated around both the time machine and the passenger. Things are practically pitch dark when you're travelling through time, but you can see some rainbow-coloured particles floating around. Because you travel in a vacuum, longer trips require you to have oxygen tanks at the ready. At full power, it takes about 1 hour to travel 10 years. How do you expect me to live in a world without Moe? 2 Gs? That's like a passenger plane, right? You time travel in a vacuum? I see. Anyone ever see the word tundra and read Sundere? 10 years per hour. Slower than I'd hoped. It's Tider. Tider's back, everyone. Christmas in Japan be gone. I thought passenger planes were more like 1.5 Gs. Thank you for the details. Dealing with 2 Gs for 1 hour all while in a vacuum sounds pretty stressful for the passenger. Full power. ROFLMAO. Vacuum, lol. Scary, lol lol lol. Moe should have conquered the world. I heard some roller coasters are like 2 Gs. Gravitational field, huh? It depends on which one. What are rainbow-coloured particles? Tundra, Sundare, Sundra, it's all the same. Lollicons, all of you. What the heck's a gravitational field? What? That doesn't play nice with string theory. How many people can ride the time machine? A place where gravity operates on space and time. I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free, but you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. You said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. QED. What's a dystopia? How could CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? You trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I for one welcome our new CERN overlords. It won't be destroyed, lol. Today CERN issued an official announcement saying, "It's not gonna happen, dumbass." Weird to think that we're free right now. Do people not do their own research in the future? I've seen movies where changing the past significantly changes the future. What if the future goes through some catastrophic change because you decided, for your own personal reasons, to change the past? Hey, Taida-san, why you dissing CERN, yo? A noble mission, LMFAO. Please tell me more about your time machine. If you have the time to ride in this Chan, why don't you go change the future already? This has been your sermon from John Tider, Future Priest, ROFL. Batting cage, dystopia destruction, physics. Oxygen tanks remind me of spaceships. Can you keep it down? I'm trying to watch TV. Throw Taida-san a bone. He's probably just tired from all that time travelling. 802701. Taida-chan, it must not have been easy getting to 2010, but there's always a tomorrow. We won't be able to chat on App Channel anymore. Dry your tears, guys. Lol. So what would happen if you weren't at full power? We've got to destroy the world to save it. All I can think of is a time traveller in a diving suit. I want the LHC to collide me with a cute girl. Movies are fiction though. Doesn't John know about corporate slavery? You're trolling, John. I want to have a dream. www.youtube.com/watch. The opposite of a utopian society. A society where all citizens live under strict regulation, management and surveillance, 24 hours a day. Props to CERN for ending the war. Just realised I spent a whole day on Atchan. The part about the time travel experience was exciting. 76 points. If there are strings in space, there has to be a girlfriend who can make me a string. Those rainbow lights remind me of the back of a DVD. What did you mean, travel through time? I hear we got a future man in this thread. I want to be a string too. After reading the time travel experience, everything I've imagined about the time machine was destroyed. John Titor, watch Back to the Future. Deep sea time travel sounds painful. That's pretty high, lol. By accelerating protons and colliding them, they're attempting to recreate a miniature Big Bang. The moon is beautiful. Same. My time machine is more like a prototype that was created based on technology we stole from CERN. Its capabilities are limited. To put 2036 in a nutshell, basically Earth is being ruled by a dictatorship. The dictatorship strictly regulates humanity without giving them any privacy. Everything from what we eat, where we live, and even who we marry are automatically decided for us. Anyone who opposes the dictatorship will be killed mercilessly. There are no trials. Just say no. Are you saying that CERN is the dictator? Do you even know what kind of organization CERN is? OP is a troll. So, if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveller, LMAO, will never be born and we won't have to listen to this bull, am I right? By the way, can you meet your past self by time travelling? What happens then? You stole it, lol. Channelers are pretty good at that, lol. Even who you marry? Escape with stolen technology, destination 2010. Let's go to New York. Channelers are scary when they're your enemy, but they're useless as a friend, lol. Robbery to murder is a common criminal chain. Please no uglies or fatties. Call him a robber, but to be able to engineer a time machine is pretty impressive. Whoa, who knows what would happen then? I hate it when I drop my 100 yen underneath the vending machine. Are we maybe being a little too hasty in calling this scientist a criminal? F bald people too. If there are no trials, then the world's lawyers have no jobs. Loving this, to be honest. How do you plead, TT? Is CERN controlling all of humanity? More importantly, I'm about to throw up that fried shrimp I had earlier. CERN is type A. Hey, does that mean Titor is a DQN criminal? How big is his house? Seriously. If they even regulate what you eat, I imagine obesity is over. John Titor is an engineer. Cheers to CERN for unifying the world. Can you hear the thunder? He said they automatically chose who you marry, but I wonder what kind of algorithm they use. Carbs to carbonated drinks is a scary diet chain too. Is the death penalty more efficient in 2036? Crime's a lot harder to get away with under a super dictatorship. Upload your floor plan, Titor. Feeling like we should think twice about automation. What kind of food is there in the future? We only get Titor's point of view here, but if you actually think about it, CERN hadn't done anything wrong, have they? I'm starting to think Titor is the real problem here. Hey CERN, do a better job at managing your people. One of the weird ones is wandering through our backyard. John just has a very strong sense of victimhood. On what grounds? I don't want to live in Titor's 2036. I guess no matter what generation you're from, the squeakiest wheel gets grease. The theory is that even if a black hole is produced, it will be too small and will immediately vaporize. Google Hawking radiation. Only conspiracy theorists doubt that. Die, Titor. Hawking is definitely from the future. I'm guessing rations, and more rations. Exy, erotic, raunchy, ood, CERN. Did you come here alone, Tishi? You didn't bring any friends with you? It's like that 2001 space thing. A black hole supposed to vaporize? If they're going to distribute rations, I'd rather just have all my nutrition injected. Titor, did you actually time travel to where you wanted to be? Sounds like your machine was a piece of junk. You still have to make your own time machines in the future? I'm hungry. No bullying. Should we change the title thread? Like, I'm a criminal from the future, ask me anything? You still have to make your own time machines in the future? Shut up, lol, you're hurting my heart, lol. Instead of controlling humans through societal regulations, it's probably better to get rid of humans altogether and create a robot society instead. Robots are definitely smarter. Instant trauma. I made it myself, so heart, cut to time machine. Where are you based out of in 2010? Where's your wife, Titor? I don't know if getting rid of our stratified society is a good thing or a bad thing.